If you're managing clients and projects in a spreadsheet, I can almost guarantee that you are wasting hours doing one specific thing: copying and pasting information in multiple places within your spreadsheets. When a client changes their phone number, you have to go in and find every time that you have that phone number in your spreadsheet and update it for every occurrence. In a database like Airtable, however, you can avoid all of that, update it in one place, and have it automatically pull through all of the data in your source of truth. So in this video, I'm going to show you the moment that Airtable clicks for most people. And if you can take this learning, you will be able to graduate from spreadsheets to Airtable databases, and your work life will never be the same again. So if that's of interest, stick around and let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Gareth and this is Gap Consulting, and it's our mission to help you unlock the full potential of no-code tools like Airtable. So in this video, as I said, we're going to be diving into Airtable, and this is for beginners, really understanding the key components, the key features of Airtable. Before we get into the heart of the video, if you are interested in taking your Airtable knowledge to the next level, we've put together an Airtable crash course. You can sign up for free at gapconsulting.io/Airtable-crash-course. This crash course will be delivered to your email, and you can go through all the key features step by step in bite-sized chunks so that you can really master this tool. So sign up for free today, but without further ado, let's hop on into my screen and kick off our example. So I'm in Airtable. Let's zoom in here. I've got two different tables: my clients and my projects. So here I've got all of the information about clients in the client table: the client name, the primary contact, the phone number, the client status, the engagement level, etc. Right? Projects, similar idea, except this is the other side of it. These are the projects, and you can see that we've typed in the client name. That's not really helpful. This is not database thinking. This is spreadsheet thinking. But we're starting with the spreadsheet mindset, and we're going to show you how to evolve into databases. So here we just have text, and we've typed out Acme Retail, which is, of course, the same as this one right here. But again, all we're able to see is Acme Retail. And if we want to know what is the phone number, what is the primary contact, we have to go into the clients and pull that information out. But this is where linking tables comes into play. Instead of having to click through like a spreadsheet and find the information and make sure that it's updated in all the places, this is the source of truth. This is the clients. And if we want that phone number to pull through, we should be able to link it through and pull that data in. So let's change this text to a link. What this means is we're going to connect our two tables, clients and projects, so that they talk to each other. So I'm going to convert this from a text field to a link to another record. Now, I'm only doing this because I already have all of the clients here. If I didn't already have this field in play, this client field, I would create a new field and make it a linked field. But for our example, I'm saying I want this to be a linked field to another table, and it's telling me, do you want to create a new table, or do you want to link to existing tables? And of course, I'm in my projects table. I want to connect to my clients table. So I select clients here, and there we are. Now, I'm asked a very important question. Don't just save, actually think through this part. This is an important consideration. Do you want a project to link to multiple clients, or does every project only get linked to one client? If you only want it to link to one, toggle this off. You also have some other options to show the display name instead of the primary field. This is a little more advanced, but if you wanted to show something other than the primary field, which is the leftmost field in the clients table, you could toggle this on and choose another field to show. I think the primary field is perfectly fine. We also can limit record selection to a view. We can also filter it by a condition, and we can use AI to show top matches when adding or selecting a record. So for this, I'm okay keeping all this toggled off. This is the basics. So let's save this and see what happens. Now, because I already had text here, you can see that things changed. It went from being just text to this gray, space here, this gray box. And what this means is it's no longer text, it's attached to a client by this name. So if I click here, what you're going to see is I'm popping up the client, and this little white line here that tracks back to the client's table is telling us that the source of the information we're looking at here is the client's table. So this is saying you're looking at a record not from the projects, but from the client's table. And here's what you're looking at: Acme Retail, primary contact Sarah, primary contact phone number, etc. So this is really helpful, okay, but we can take this a step further. So we have our projects now linked to our clients, and of course, the reciprocal is also true, because when we connect projects to clients, then clients must also be connected to projects. So once that relationship is established, it's established in two places, because you've got A connects to B connects to A. Okay, so what else do we want to bring in though? If we need to know the primary contact phone number here in the projects, we can actually bring that information in using a lookup field. So the quick and easy way to do this is to add a lookup field directly from the link. But since we're taking this slow for beginners, let's do it the manual way. What I'm going to do is insert a new field. And the field will be the phone number, but it's not going to be the phone number data type. Because if I choose this type of data, then I have to edit the phone number everywhere, and I'm not benefiting from my linked relationship. What I want to do is inherit the phone number information from the client that we linked to. So instead of using this, I'm going to use what's called a lookup field. I'm going to look up, and I'll name it the phone number, and I'll even say from clients, so that we know where this data comes from. And you can see that we're looking at the client that we're linked to, and we're choosing a field, and we can choose the primary contact phone number. Let's bring that in. So what we've just done is grabbed the phone number from the client. So if I look at Acme, we're going to drill in here. We see that their phone number ends in 4567. That is what's getting pulled in right here. If I change the client on this project, then the phone number will change as well. Because what this is doing is looking up the phone number that's associated with whatever is linked here. So you can see that this actually makes our lives much easier. And this is where we wind up saving all of our time. We no longer have to do the copy and paste in a million places. Because if Acme changes their phone number, I can just click into the Acme Retail client record. Remember, this is showing us that we're in the client record for Acme. And I can make a change. Let's say it's 4589. Once I click out of here, we're going to see that lookup field get updated. So I just updated the data in the client record, and it took a second, but the lookup field updated as well. And if we go over here to the client record, we're going to see that that information has been adjusted. Not only that, but we also have an audit log of all of this. So if we look at what's happening here, you can see that I edited this record 20 seconds ago. I took the phone number from this to this. And so you no longer have to wonder who made that edit, what happened, or why did the data change. You have the audit log right here in Airtable, and you can see the exact user who took that action. You can also comment directly in these records and reference other people on your team with an @reference, or even drop in an attachment. So this way, you're collaborating even better and saving time to boot. So no longer going through copying and pasting an update, but you update the phone number in one place and it pulls through everywhere you need it if you've built your Airtable database correctly. So I hope that this helps you understand the value of linking tables, one table to another. The more you do this, the more you practice, the more intuitive it's going to feel. The first couple times I did it when I transitioned from a spreadsheet to Airtable, it felt a little powerful, but also a little unnerving. But as you practice this more and more, you'll start to gain confidence and understand the different ways that you can implement these links. Last thing I want to leave you with is the idea that when we build the link, it occurs in two places. And so you should always give some attention to the other side of the link. Here we built the original link from projects to clients, and then we already discussed that clients then link to projects. But I need to go into this one as well and decide, can a client link to multiple projects? And so this is the case, right? A client, ideally, we will serve them over time, have multiple projects with our clients. And so you do want to keep this toggled on. This is what's known as a one-to-many relationship. One client can link to many projects, but one project links to one client. One-to-many. You can have one-to-one, many-to-many, or one-to-many. And so as you build different relationships in your tables, as you link multiple things, always think back to these three different types of links that we can have, and make sure that you update based on the allowing multiple records to be linked in both places of your linked relationship. I hope you got a ton of value from this video. If you did, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you can stay on top of your Airtable learning. And of course, swing by our website if you have questions that we did not answer here, because we've put a ton of resources together for you to help you learn. That's it for this one. Most important thing, my friends, keep on building.